Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. It's Carissa here, and I just wanted to have a quick chat with you about growing a team this morning. I had one of my coaching calls inside my Visionary Mastermind today, and the theme with a lot of my clients was around hiring people, managing people, delegating things, and all of the fun stuff, because there comes a point where with you as a business owner, you as an entrepreneur can get a little bit stuck or can get a little bit burnt out when you don't have the support that you need to keep growing. So this can look a lot of different ways. It can look like you could have a team already, but you feel like they're not doing their job properly, or you feel like you're not being supported, or you feel like you're having to micromanage everything, or you still feel like you're doing so much. A common story that I've heard from a lot of entrepreneurs is that they hire people and then they're just always frustrated. They're always frustrated with their team, even though they've got them there. And typically the reason for that is because there is not a clear enough structure. There's not the right type of systems or management or leadership styles in place, and also because you haven't been transparent enough with yourself and with your team to make sure that people are supporting you and growing your business and getting the actual results that your business needs to grow. So just quickly, I wanted to talk about, if you're watching this live, or if you're listening to this as a podcast, I'd love to know if you want to leave a comment and tell me how many team members you actually have, or whether you're a sole trader, or whether you're a established business owner with a lot of team members or employees, because the advice that I give, or the videos that I make this month, I can help to be a little bit more specific to you. But generally what happens as an entrepreneur is that when you start a business, it's just you. It's just you doing everything yourself. And so you kind of build this identity, or you build this habit around, I'm responsible for everything, or I'm the only one that can do everything in my business, right? And sometimes that can become a belief that you carry with you into your business as you grow and as you hire people, or even as you start to think about hiring people, and it can sabotage your progress. So in order to grow a business and keep a business growing, you need to continually learn to let go of control. You need to continually practice letting go of control. And it can be extremely hard, especially for those of us who are a little bit OCD or perfectionist type people. We want everything done right. We don't like people to do things their own way. I'm saying we, but I've unlearned this over the years. But what a lot of people do, and let me know if you can relate to this, is that a lot of entrepreneurs, when they start hiring team members, when they start hiring employees, they don't actually have a plan. So back in the beginning, when I hired my first team members, I knew that I needed help, but I didn't know exactly what I needed. I didn't know exactly what I needed them to do. So I put ads out there. I'm like, I need someone to do this. I need someone to do hair extensions and spray tannings in my salon. I need hair extensions and spray tanning in my salon. I need someone to do this. And then I'd start getting applicants, and I start getting interviews, and you choose people, and I've seen this happen a lot. You choose people based on the impression that you get from them, and whether or not you get a good feeling about them. You like them. You're like, this person's amazing. They're experienced. They've got a good attitude. And so you get excited because they presented themselves well in an interview, and you felt confident that they were the right choice. So you hire them. And then you realize after a little while that there's this point where they don't quite see things the way that you see things. And what some entrepreneurs do is they think, or they expect their team members to be able to read their minds. And that doesn't work. And so what happens then is, like, you'll verbally train people, you'll show them what to do, you'll teach them how to do things, you'll explain it to them. But if there's not an actual clear written position description with responsibilities, roles, things that they need to do in every shift or different days of the week, like checklists and things like that, and if there's not meeting meetings in place regularly to keep people accountable and to hold themselves accountable for doing their job properly, then things aren't going to get done, or things aren't going to get done the way that you want them to get done. So as you grow, you tend to need to have very, very, very clear systems. You need to know exactly what each person needs to do. And you need to learn how to be a leader and a manager that can help people actually implement those things. So the solution is, if you are in this situation where you either have a team and things aren't getting done, or you want to grow and you're stuck and you feel like you've got a team but you can't get more off your plate, you need more people to help you. Like, as an example, I was talking to some of my clients today and they're just like, I just can't manage doing the work in my business and doing my social media and doing my ads and doing my follow-ups and making sure that the stock is ordered on time. Like, it's too much. And they're currently trying to do everything themselves. I'm like, well, look, each one of those things is a different responsibility, is a different role. You could have somebody doing your social media. You could have someone doing your stock orders. You could have somebody following up with clients. It could be one person, or it could be a few different virtual assistants, as an example. For anything that doesn't have to be done physically in your business, you can have someone doing that remotely. So the solution is, though, that you need to know clearly exactly what needs to be done before you even write a job, before you even start interviewing people. And if you already have team members that do not have clear responsibilities and position descriptions, then that should be a priority for you to start implementing this year, so that people can do the job properly. But you need to know clearly what needs to be done before you put an ad out there. You need to know clearly the type of person that you need for that role. So you need to understand personality types, strengths and weaknesses, whether you need someone that's good with people, whether you need someone that's good with tasks, whether you need someone that's very direct, or whether you need someone that's a little bit more submissive. Like, it will totally depend on your business, your values, your brand personality, and the job. You can't hire someone to do front of desk salesy type rebooking stuff if they're just not confident with people. It's not going to work. So you need to know exactly what needs to be done, what kind of person you need to have, and then you need to write the ad that attracts that person. Then you need to train that person with the job description that makes it easy for them to follow and implement. Otherwise, if you don't have this stuff in place, and maybe you've experienced this before, because I had to go through it a few times before I actually learned this and started doing it. Otherwise, you will be wowed in an interview. You'll put a job out there. You'll say, this person's great. Someone will impress you. And then, you'll expect them to kind of just learn. You'll expect them to kind of make up their own role in a way. And if they don't have the guidance, if they don't have the leadership, if they don't have the structure, and the responsibility, and if nobody's, checking on them, then they're just going to be lazy a little bit. Like, one of my clients said to me this morning, when I used to work for someone else's business, I was so good. I did everything. I did this much in sales. I did, would always be selling products. I was always trying to, do the best job that I could. And I said to her, well, look, have you actually thought about the fact that your clients might also like to do that too? They just don't know what to do, because you haven't given them that challenge. You haven't given them the responsibilities, or you haven't given them a clear enough structure or goal to accomplish. Sometimes this is a whole nother topic, but people want to motivate their employees to work harder, or to make more money, or to sell more product. But if that's not done in a way that the employee actually feels motivated to do it, because they don't have any kind of structure, or they don't feel confident enough in it, they don't have a script to follow, it's not documented clearly enough, then it's not going to happen. So you then also need to have meetings regularly, more than once a month, at least ideally weekly, where the meetings have a structure as well. It's not just you sitting around with your people and not just you talking, and the team members need to contribute and take responsibility for their own roles, for their own job descriptions, for their own responsibilities. Take responsibility for their own responsibilities and report to you on it. So a specific example of that might be if you wanted to follow focus on upselling product in your business, then you make that a challenge for a week. You provide training, you provide guidance, you provide instructions, and then in the next week's meeting, you give everybody to give an update on how they went and how they felt about it, and if they need support anywhere, and if they need more training, or if there's anything that's still scaring them about it or whatnot. So if you actually already do have a team, and you want to grow your business, you need to get more off your plate. You want people to step up. One other thing that you can do, actually, this is just, I didn't have this written down in my notes, but one of my clients today told me that she resists doing team meetings because she felt like they were just kind of repetitive and pointless and no one wanted to be there. A clear sign of that is like there's no structure, there's no purpose to the meeting, there's no intention to the meeting if that tends to happen. And also, you don't have to host your own team meetings yourself. You can actually get one of your team members to step up as a leader and host the team meetings for you so that you just show up to them. That's what I've been doing for the last 5 years. I don't host my team meetings, I just show up and I report on my part and everybody else reports on their part, and then we all get back to work, but it's also very important to come together and talk about the business growth and talk about the progress and talk about how everybody's feeling about everything and whether anyone needs help or support regularly so that you build that really strong team environment. So everybody's working together to grow your business. That's the goal. So yeah, if you do need help with this, if you want to have a chat to me, I have a new landing page that you can fill out and tell me about your business. It's in the bio of my Facebook page. It's in the Facebook page, Facebook profile, and Instagram bio currently. If you feel like you need help with getting your team to grow your business for you, setting up your business to run without you, or having the systems and structure in place so that can happen, you can go click on that link and fill in your details and we can have a chat about it and I can help you. And if you have any questions about teams, about leaderships, about team meetings, this is a topic that I would like to start talking about a little bit more in here this month as well. So please comment and let me know. And also, if you're listening to this on the podcast, because I have a podcast now, so I'm doing live streams in my group and then they're getting turned into podcasts. So make sure to subscribe to the podcast. And if you want more of these videos once a week in my group, if you want to get alerted when I am live and talking about these things, then you can turn on the little alert me when Carissa's live button or notification button. So yeah, hopefully this inspired or helped someone, this video today. I just was inspired after my chat with my clients to come in and talk about it, because I know for people with employees, it can be one of the biggest stresses in business. It can be one of the biggest reasons why you get stuck. It can be one of the biggest causes of exhaustion and overwhelm. It's definitely one of the biggest expenses that you have. So you want to make sure always that you are getting the most out of your team, the biggest results, and that everybody is, doing their job properly and fulfilled by their work. And that absolutely is possible. You just need the right structure in place. So let me know if you have any questions. And as I said before, if you'd like to have a chat, just go to the link in my bio and fill in that little form. And I'll see you in the group.